Okay, so when did you first start coming to this church?
I started coming to this church almost 2 years ago. I started dating her May 27th, 2011. We knew each other for, let's say, a month. And, I thought she was cute. She thought I was cute. And, I liked her. She liked me. So we made it official. At first, I was like, God, I love you. You're my homeboy. But, I got my homegirl over here. And actually what I would do was I would pray to him almost every night. The only time I would ever talk to God was to ask him and just have a blessing on the relationship that I had. I was like, Lord, please let her be the one for me that I can marry, that you'll be okay with that, And I even started negotiating with him too. I was like, Lord, if you let me marry her, I'll love you forever. How about that? What really hit home for me was when we were kind of getting really stressed out with each other, and oh my gosh, it just started eating at me, like all my time, all my energy, and I was like on the end of my rope. And God kept telling me, he's like, Ben, look, this needs to end. It's not a godly relationship, and it's distracting. It's taking you away from me. And I was fighting God on him. I was fighting God about it. I was like, God, please, come on. I was negotiating with him again. I was like, come on, this can work out. You could do anything, right? You could do anything, Lord. And I was bringing her to church more, and I was making her read the Bible. And I was like, you really need to do this. But the more I tried to get her to love God, she was only doing it for me, She didn't do it because she was falling in love with God like I was. She was just doing it for me. And when I realized that, God was like, Ben, seriously, enough is enough. You need to do this. And I was like, oh, God, please don't do this right now. And then he's just like, Ben, come on. Who do you love more? And the sad part about that question is I had to think about it. I couldn't just be like, God, I love you more. Let's do this. Game plan. I had to think about it. And that's when I realized I'm thinking about this. This has gone too far. This is a big distraction. And I was like, God, you're right. I want everything you've promised me. And I want to love you more than anything. And I kind of lifted up the situation to him. And it was a week later. And, I was driving her home, and I was there, and I just told her, I was like, we can't be together anymore. And, I had my, stone cold face on, sorry, honey. But the moment she walked in that door, I was, making the ugliest face, just crying my eyes out. When you're like, it was, I was, seriously, I couldn't see because my eyes were so squished because I was crying so hard. And I just called Nick, my brother, and I was just like, Nick, I need you to pray for me right now. And it was the hardest thing I think I've ever had to do as a Christian, is give up something you love that much, someone that you've held closest to your heart. And I crawled in bed that night and cried myself to sleep. And I woke up the next day and I felt great. I could definitely feel God within me stirring up. And I was like, you know what? This is what it feels like to be in love with God. That's such an awesome feeling. I never had that when I thought I was in love with her. And God just filled me up, and it was amazing. It was so cool. It was pretty much awesome. And since then, God's just been doing amazing things in my life and turning me around and literally changing who I am. And for that, I give him all the glory.